Picture this, a new technology called...
Conducting the final of University Challenge, we've seen a wobbly start to the final so far. At this stage, Sardar Patel College of Engineering, Mumbai are at 15 and ISB Hyderabad are up at 50. But then, let's see what happens as we go into this segment with the first start open to both teams for 10 points. About what computer key combination did David Bradley, one of the 12... Srijit has double-guessed me, you've interrupted. You have to get it right, yes?
Control-Alt-Delete.
Control-Alt-Delete is correct, well done. The remark was that I may have invented it, but Bill, meaning Gates, made it famous. A snide remark, but then that's what it is. Srijit, you get your team a set of bonus questions on the subject of legendary cities. Through the streets of which city is Archimedes said to have run naked, shouting Eureka, when he discovered what later came to be known as the Archimedes principle?
Syracuse.
Syracuse is correct. Well done. 5 points. In the immediate vicinity of which town did the Athenians under King Miltiades defeat the army of Darius I in 490 BC?
Marathon.
Marathon is right. Well done. Next. Which Peloponnesian city on the river Evrotas was known for the frugal lifestyle of its people?
Sparta.
Sparta is correct. Right. All 3 times. Well done. You're at 40. That augurs well for this segment of the final of University Challenge. Sardar Patel did well to pick up all the points they could there. Here's the next starter for both teams. Which Asian architectural landmark completed in 1996 was designed by the Argentine-American architect, and it's Mubin this time?
Is it Petronas Towers?
It is the Petronas Towers in Kuala Lumpur. Well done. Designed by the Argentine-American architect Cesar Pelli. Getting that starter right, ISB Hyderabad fetches you a set of bonus questions on Prime Ministers of India. We'll conduct it a little differently. 6 persons born in what is now Uttar Pradesh have become Prime Ministers of India. Now, name 3 for 5 points, 5 for 10 points, and all 6 for 15 points. But you only have 6 attempts in terms of naming Prime Ministers. Yes?
Charan Singh. Charan Singh.
Chaudhry Charan Singh is correct.
VP Singh.
Vishwanath Pratap Singh is also correct. Charan Singh was born in Nurpur, Vishwanath Pratap Singh in Allahabad, both in UP.
Nehru.
Jawaharlal Nehru was also born in Allahabad, correct? That's 3. So you picked up 5 points.
Indira Gandhi.
Indira Gandhi also born in Allahabad, good.
Vajpayee.
No, that's not correct.
Lal Bahadur Shastri.
Lal Bahadur Shastri is correct, born in Mughal Sarai, so that's 10 points. And I believe you've had 6 attempts
I think
already.
we've had 6 attempts.
That's right, so you get 10 out of possible 15. It's an audio round next, so here's the next starter. 10 points with your audio clue attached to it. Who wrote the lyrics for the song from the film Alab? Listen to it.
संस्कृति के विस्तृत सागर पर सपनों.
Yes, it's Krishnamurthy.
Harivansh Rai Bachchan.
Harivansh Rai Bachchan is correct. Well done. That was sung by Yesudas. So you pick up points over there. And bonus questions for you and music directors who have also sung in the clues that we're going to play for you. Right? An evergreen song of the 50s. Identify the composer singing here with Lata Mangeshkar in your first clue.
शोला जो भड़के दिल मेरा धड़के शोला जो भड़के दिल मेरा धड़के.
C. Ramchandra.
Or Chitalkar is correct. Well done. This is your next clue and question connected with it. From this audio clip, in which the music director has also sung, identify the film.
आवारापन बंजारापन एक खला है सीने में.
Yes?
Jism.
Jism, and that's M.M. Cream, the music director, singing over there. Well done. Clue and question attached to it. Who is singing this line from a song in the film Desh Premi? Listen to it.
Bappi Lahiri.
It's not Papi Lahiri, it's Lakshmikant of the Lakshmikant Pyarelal composer duo. So, here's another starter open to both teams on the buzzer. Einstein's 1916 general theory of relativity was able to explain the anomalous motion observed in which planet? And it's Nishad from SPCE Mumbai.
It's Mercury.
It is Mercury, that's the correct answer. Well done. He was tracking the perihelion shift. Bonus questions for you on popes, SPCE Mumbai. What distinction did Pius X, who headed the Roman Catholic Church from 1903 to 1914, the last to have in the long lineage of popes?
First out of Italy. First, no. Last out of Italy. Last.
Do you have an answer?
The last to wear the crown.
The last to wear a crown? No. He was the last pope to be canonized. He was the last pope to be sainted, as it were. No. Next question. What was Saint Hippolytus, the first in 217 AD, and Felix V, the last, in 1439 AD, with 25 more in between?
An Italian pope.
They headed the alternate papacy. They were alternate popes.
Can you give me a name?
The thing is, basically, there were two this one, the Christian.
I need a single answer, a unique answer. Can you give it to me in a word? Sorry, I can't allow it. It's anti-pope. You had the sense of it, but not the answer. Next. Which disciple of Christ was a fisherman by birth with the original name of Simon and later went on to become the first pope in 42 AD?
Peter.
Peter is correct. 5 points. Well done. Let's take a look at the score at this kind of halfway point. SPCE Mumbai are at 55, but in the lead with 90 is the Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. Here we go once again with another starter worth 10 points for both teams on the buzzer. Honored in India with the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize in 1994 and the Gandhi Peace Prize in 2003, which European reformer became his country's president in 1989? Bharat from SPCE Mumbai.
Vaclav Havel.
It's correct. Well done,
Yes.
10 points. President of Czechoslovakia and later the Czech Republic. Bonus questions for you, SPCE Mumbai, linked by the word child. Who wrote in the poem, "My heart leaps up when I behold that the child is the father of the man"?
I think it's
Alexander Tennyson.
Alexander Pope.
Alexander Pope के tennis में.
Do you have an answer?
Alexander Pope.
No, it's not. It's William Wordsworth. Next. Published in 1813, which of her novels did Jane Austen call "My Own Darling Child" in a letter to her sister Cassandra?
Pride and Prejudice.
Emma.
No, it's not. It's Pride and Prejudice. Next. Quote, "For guiding the people of Andhra Pradesh to end the scourge of child labor and send all their children to school," close quotes, who was given the 2003 Magsaysay Award for Community Leadership?
Female कौन देते हैं? Social
Do you have an answer?
I know it starts with an S. Sunita.
Not good enough. It's Shanta Sinha. So I'm afraid you drew a blank on those set of bonus questions. It's a visual clue and question next. And so eyes on the screen, fingers on the buzzer. Identify this Booker and Nobel Prize winning author in this picture. And it's Nishad.
Is it V.S. Naipaul?
V.S. Naipaul? No, you're wrong. Question passes. Anybody in ISB Hyderabad? Amlesh.
J.M. Coetzee.
It is J.M. Coetzee. Well done. 10 points. ISB Hyderabad, you get a set of bonus questions on heads of state or government of Indian origin. Here we go. This was the first person of Indian origin to be elected as his country's prime minister in 1990. Identify him.
1990.
Anirudh Jagannath.
It's not Anirudh Jagannath. This is Mahendra Chaudhary of Fiji, which is the correct answer. Next. Of which country was this person declared the president in 1999 without an election, as the official committee screening presidential candidates rejected the remaining two?
Guyana.
It's not Guyana, it's Singapore. That's S.R. Nathan. Next. This gentleman, seen shaking hands with Atal Bihari Vajpayee, was appointed as his country's prime minister on a rotation basis in the year 2000. Who is he?
Sridhar Ramphal.
It's not, it's Anirudh Jagannath,
This one.
the prime minister of Mauritius. Okay, so very uncertain performance there on the bonus questions. Another starter open to both teams on the buzzer. Which sport has various localized styles such as glima, practiced in Iceland, shringan? Yes, it's Amlesh from ISB Hyderabad.
It's heavyweight wrestling. I mean, sumo, galima.
Indeed it is. Glima, shringan and yagle. That's the correct answer. Better luck with these set of bonus questions, ISB Hyderabad. And this time it is linked by a word. Which legendary 66-foot ship, once a minesweeper, sank in a freak accident in Singapore Harbour in 1996?
Pass.
It's Calypso, Jacques-Yves Cousteau's famous underwater exploring ship. Next, which adventurer did Calypso keep as a captive on Ogygia for 7 years until Zeus ordered his release?
Odysseus.
Odysseus is correct. Next, composed to celebrate John Goddard and his team's victorious tour of England in 1950, who were, in quotes, those two little pals of mine in Lord Kitchener's Calypso classic?
I don't think so.
Do you have an answer?
Weeks and Walcott.
Weeks and Walcott.
No, it's not. It's Ramadan and Valentine. Time to go for another break. Let's take a look at the scores before we do that. SPCE Mumbai are at 65, but in the lead with 115, it's Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. Are we going to see a change of fortunes in the last segment of this final of University Challenge? Are we going to see more answers? Are positions going to change? We'll have to wait till that segment to find out. Till then, stay with us. Welcome back to this final of University Challenge being contested by Indian School of Business, Hyderabad with Sardar Patel College of Engineering, Mumbai. At this stage, SPCE Mumbai are trailing. They're at 65 and ISB Hyderabad are up at 115. The big occasion seems to have got to both of the teams, but let's see what happens in this final segment of this University Challenge final. Here's the next starter, open to both teams on the buzzer, what 10 points. In Hindu mythology, how do we together know Airavat, Pundarika, Vaman, Kumud, and it's Bhargav from ISB Hyderabad?
Avatars of Vishnu.
No, that's not the correct answer, and that's an interruption, so there's 5 points docked off your score. I'll complete that question for SPCE Mumbai. In Hindu mythology, how do we together know... Nirad, I could have completed the question and no points taken away, but do you have the answer?
Are they Indra's Digvijayas?
Diggajas or Ashta Diggajas is correct, well done. And the Ashta Diggajas are Airavat, Pundarika, Vaman, Kumud, Anjana, Pushpadanta, Sarvabhauma and Shuprati. Well, here are a set of bonus questions for you, SPCE Mumbai, on business and economy. Founded in 1843 by a Scottish businessman named James Wilson, which magazine seeks, in quotes, to take part in a severe contest between intelligence, which presses forward, and an unworthy, timid ignorance obstructing our progress? Which magazine? You have an answer?
The Economist.
It's correct. 5 points. Next. What owes its origin to Klaus Schwab's initiative to bring together Europe's chief executives for an informal gathering in 1970?
The EEC.
No, it's not. It's the World Economic Forum, which is held at Davos in Switzerland every year. Next. In the world of finance, the first occupant of this important office was Charles Hamlin from 1914 to 1916. Who is the current occupant of this office?
Y.V. Reddy.
No, it's not. It's Alan Greenspan, chairman of the US Federal Reserve. So you blew your chances on 2 of those bonus questions, but let's see what happens on the next starter. What 10 points for both teams. Which American inventor designed the first modern railway sleeping car and patented his innovation? It's Krishnamurthy from ISB Hyderabad. You interrupted, have to get this right.
Bessemer.
No, it's not the correct answer. 5 points taken off your score again. So you're at 105 now. I'll complete the question for SPCE Mumbai. Which American inventor designed the first modern railway sleeping car and patented his innovations, folding upper berths and seats that could extend into lower berths in 1863? Srijit.
George Pullman.
Pullman is correct. Well done. Here are bonus questions for you on the genesis of human rights movements. In which document of 1215 AD was it decreed that to no man will we sell, to no man will we deny or delay justice or right, thereby limiting the rights of the sovereign state for the first time?
Magna Carta.
Magna Carta is correct. 5 points. Which German author of the 1844 essay on the Jewish question argued against the French Declaration on Human Rights, saying that it stressed on individual freedom at the cost of the society and the community? German author, 1844.
1844.
I need an answer.
Nietzsche.
No, it's not. It's Karl Marx. Next. Which science fiction author in his letters to the Times in October 1939 championed individual rights and also wrote the book The New World Order?
New World Order.
Do you have an answer?
Aldous Huxley.
No, it's not. It's not Aldous Huxley, it's H.G. Wells. So you got just one of those bonuses right, but you're coming back into the fight. You're on 95 now. ISB Hyderabad at 105, just 10 points separating the two teams. Here's the next starter with 10 points. In Homer's Odyssey, to whose care does Odysseus, king of Ithaca, move in from ISB Hyderabad?
It's Penelope.
Not Penelope. So 5 points docked off because you interrupted wrongly there. I'll complete the question for the other team. In Homer's Odyssey, to whose care does Odysseus, king of Ithaca, entrust his son when he goes to fight in the Trojan War? Srijit.
Agamemnon.
No, it's not. The correct answer is mentor, from which we get the word mentor. Next starter, what 10 points for both teams. Who was the first Lok Sabha speaker to be elected? Krishnamurthy, you interrupted.
Mavlankar.
No, that's not the answer. That's not the question either. 5 more points docked off. You're level now with SPCE Mumbai. Who was the first Lok Sabha speaker to be elected from the opposition? Nirad.
P.A. Sangma.
That is correct. Well done. Your bonus questions are on members of the Lok Sabha. Which politician born in the Punjab first entered the Lok Sabha in 1984 representing Kannauj in UP and became the chief minister of another place in 1998?
1998. नया कौन है अभी? नहीं 98. Probably.
You have an answer?
Is it Kalyan Singh?
No, it's not. It's Sheila Dikshit.
Oh, okay.
Next. Who is the only parliamentarian elected to the Lok Sabha from 4 different states or union territories, namely Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Delhi at different times?
LK? Advani, I feel Advani. LK Advani.
No, it's not. It's Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Next. Who succeeded Rajiv Gandhi as leader of the opposition in the 9th Lok Sabha after Chandrasekhar replaced VP Singh as Prime Minister with support from the Congress party?
Or Rajesh Pilot. Madhavrao Sindhya?
No, it's not. It's Lal Krishna Advani. Next. Another starter opened the both teams on the buzzer. It's an audio round, so clues on the soundtrack. In whose memory was this song originally written, later also dedicated to Princess... Bharat, you haven't heard the clue, and I'll dock points off.
It was dedicated to Marilyn Monroe.
No, that's not the correct answer, and that wasn't the question I was about to ask you. So 5 points docked off your score. ISB Hyderabad, I'll complete the question for you, and you can hear the clue after that. In whose memory...
Hawking.
Yeah. Beg your pardon?
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. No, the correct answer is Kalpana Chawla, who was a big fan of Deep Purple. Next, who is the singer of this song, a tribute to a famous American star? Listen to it.
Her hair is hollow gold, her lips sweet surprise, her hands are never cold, she's got Betty Davis.
Who's the singer, you said?
Who's the singer?
Bonnie Tyler.
It's not Bonnie Tyler, it's Kim Carnes. Betty Davis Eyes, the tribute was to Betty Davis. Next, listen to the words carefully. This song is about which youth icon? Listen carefully.
You were too fast to live, too young to die, bye bye. You were too fast to live, too young to die, bye bye.
Too fast to live, too young to die, bye-bye.
James Dean.
James Dean is correct. That was by the Eagles. So you pick up some points there, 5 points. Let's take a look at the scores at this stage. SPCE Mumbai are at 100 points, but with a slender 10-point advantage in this final of University Challenge. It's the Indian School of Business, Hyderabad, at 110. Things couldn't be closer. We're headed for a needle finish. We have just about under 2 minutes left on the clock as we go into our next starter, open to both teams on the buzzer. Who took on her popular name after a 1905 performance of the song Ki Kua Vu Coco Dance La Trocadero? And it's Krishnamurthy from ISB Hyderabad.
Mata Hari.
It's not Mata Hari. Question passes. I'll complete the question for the other team. Who took on her popular name after a 1905 performance of the song Ki Kua Vu Coco Dance La Trocadero for a crowd of uniformed admirers at La Rotonde, a small-town music hall in France? It's Bharat from SPCE.
Is it Marlene Dietrich?
No, it's not. It's Coco Chanel. Here's the next starter for 10 points. James Cleveland are the first names of which, and it's Nirad from SPCE Mumbai.
James Cleveland Owens.
Jesse Owens is
Owens.
correct. Well done. Less than a minute left on the clock. Bonus questions for you, Sardar Patel College of Engineering, Mumbai. While the cheetal deer has the scientific name Axis axis, which member of the antelope family has the scientific name Gazella gazella?
Impala. Impala.
Gazelle.
Do you have an answer?
Impala.
No, it's not. It's Chinkara. Next. What is the common name of the animal having the scientific name Daboya racelli, belonging to the family Viperidae? Do you have an answer?
Rattlesnake.
No, it's not. It's the Russell's viper. Next. What is common to the scientific names of the Indian mole rat, Indian fox, and the banyan tree? Have to rush you.
They are all from Indian origin.
Not good enough. It's Bengal. Actually, it's Bengalensis, which is the correct answer. Here's the next starter for both teams on the buzzer. And it's time, and we have a result. It couldn't get any closer. There's just a 5-point difference. ISB Hyderabad, you came close, but not close enough, I'm afraid. But congratulations for being the runners-up. We have victors in the form of the Sardar Patel College of Engineering, Mumbai. And so we found our first ever champions of University Challenge in India. And now to give us his impressions of the contest and to present the trophy to the winning team, it's my pleasure to welcome our guest of honor for the finals to the floor, a master of the cue, billiards ace, Geet Sethi. The big match always gets tense, Geet.
What a match. It couldn't have got closer than this. And it's a pleasure to be here during the finals of this University Challenge between two very, very capable teams. The contest was a remarkable and severe test of retention powers, of agility of mind, of concentration levels, all the participants. And being a billiard player myself, I have delved very deep into the meaning of concentration. And I'd like to share with you a beautiful definition of concentration which I found in a book called the Vedanta Treatise written by Swami Parthasarathi. And the definition goes like this: it's the intellect supervising the mind to remain in the present. And I think this team here today, SPCE, they remained in the present, they were fully clued in, and they deserved to win. So to the losers, well, you tried hard, you acquitted yourself honorably, do some introspection, come back stronger. To the winners, hearty congratulations. Raise your benchmarks for the next time.
And now I'd like to invite the winners of University Challenge, Sardar Patel College of Engineering, Mumbai, to join us on the floor to receive the trophy. Bharat Jaikumar, Rishad Manirikar, Niraj, and the captain, Sridit Pilapalli. He's the one who gets the trophy.
What a match.
Well, that's it for this series. It only remains for me to thank our guest of honor, Geet Sethi. Thank you very much for being here and for those words. And I'd like to commiserate with the losers, but thank them for having joined us on this forum. Do join us on the floor. That's the team from Union School of Business, Hyderabad. I'd also like to thank all the teams who've kept us entertained since last August with their quizcraft on this inaugural series of University Challenge in India. It's not curtains for the season quite as yet. There's one last treat in store. We have a grand final lined up for viewers next week when the champions of University Challenge in India will take on finalists of this year's University Challenge contest in the United Kingdom, Gonville and Keys College, Cambridge. Until that climactic Indo-British encounter next week, it's goodbye from me, Siddharth Basu. Goodbye.
University Challenge is sponsored by Samsung Sound. Are you listening? Aditya Birla Group and LIC. Trust